All right. Hello and good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, October 8th, 2014. Big day in the market after the FOMC minutes today. It's about 6:13 p.m., and I'm going to break down my trades for the session. Here's the chart of Plug Power Daily 100. The Governor Cuomo was speaking in Albany today at the Plug Power plant, so we played that catalyst, and it actually worked out quite nicely. 6% move, really nice basing pattern in through here in a very difficult market. What I mean by that is if you look at the Russell 2000 IWM, the market's been very, very bearish for quite some time. Now we saw a big move up in the S&P 500 today because, again, the FOMC and interest rates look to be down for quite some time. So the market shot up after that news, and the Russell kind of recovered. And Plug Power was on the move well before the market got going. The minutes came out at 2 p.m., that being the FOMC minutes. So the market really didn't pick up a lot of steam until after that. But Plug Power was running early in the day. If you look at the 1 minute today chart, you can see what I'm talking about. So big explosion in through here where it goes from the low 420s all the way up to basically 446, so upper 440s. Really big 20-cent move for Plug Power on heavy volume. You can see these 1 minute candlesticks in through here, 400,000 shares, 600,000 shares. So it spikes up. I was able to get the alert out on this retracement in through here. It made a secondary move. I needed to find the news. I needed to see whether or not it was something that I wanted to send out by a swing trade. Sure enough, we did eventually jump in this one right around here at 442. So picked it up on that retracement in through here, and then boom, it explodes all the way up into the 460 area in through here. I ended up taking my profit. I believe it was into this move right here. And this was a quick $1,300 for me, so why not take that money? And then it consolidated, came back in around the time of the announcement. The news was good, but it wasn't anything that knocked the roof off the stock. And then later in the day, it rallied with the market. So this one probably heads higher, but 455 was my exit, and I really can't argue with a quick $1,300. So when I take trades and I want them to be swing trades, if I can get a quick couple of $1,000s, quite often I'm going to reduce my exposure by not being in the stock overnight and paying myself. I encourage you to do the same thing. So 5 to 10% rinse and repeat. That's a really good example of it. So it was on the lower end of 5%, but it was still a really nice profit, and that's kind of what I look for. I do want to talk about a day trade I took in chat here. This is going to be J.C. Penney's. So the company had poor guidance at an investors conference, and you can see the stock just absolutely tanked, and then it was halted for a couple of minutes. So I told people in chat that I was going to look to fade this one on a pop. Now we just had a webinar that covered short selling recently, and so you should be very familiar with the concept of fading a stock into a pop. And so it made that squeeze once it reopened. So you can see that gap in trading in through here. And what I mean by that is it was halted. So it wasn't trading. People had some opportunity to digest the news. A lot of times what will happen is shorts will hit it hard. Then after the halt, they'll cover for a profit. You want to fade into this. I was actually sitting at 890. It started to roll over without me, so I took it at 860 and I buttoned up this short into this fade later in the day. So a really good 5% when shorting JC Penney's in through here. And I actually took some in the chat later in the session and held it overnight. Sometimes I'll take a day trade in the chat that I'm not comfortable putting out by email and text. So again, all the more reason to be in chat if you want additional ideas. This was a good one, and I think we probably head further down tomorrow. See, down 10% today. So that was the trade recap. About $1,700 profit for me today. Not a lot of action, but looks like this market might be starting to reverse. And my friends, if it is, it's going to be a lot of fun for us heading into the Santa Claus rally. I'm telling you right now, this chart looks poised to head up for quite some time. There's your bullish engulfing candle. Look for an uptrend. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Russell 2000 breaking out into this 120 range sometime later in the fourth quarter. All right, so buckle up. It's about to get exciting here on Wall Street. We've been waiting all year for this type of action, and I think that now is going to be the time to pounce. All right, take it easy, everybody, and I will see you in the chat room tomorrow.